My little plug is not there. My little plug is not there. There it is. There it is. There it is. Ah, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So okay. So before we read, I'm gonna read. I kept seeing the wolf, the silver wolf. As in like hi, as in like if it was like a talisman, it heightens the user's senses, sometimes even to the extent of prophecy. So that's why I just called it the silver wolf, because I'm like, this is a whole lot. Hi. I'm like, this is a whole lot. So I don't know how I'm gonna end up linking these two channels, or I don't know how it's all gonna go down, guys. Here, once again, find myself in the hot seat where it's like, okay, things are changing. I always knew, well, you know how I'm always like on YouTube, and some people will come on YouTube and they'll be like, hey, I do this, yada, yada, yada. Hi. I don't know if I necessarily would say I struggle with it. Definitely deal with supernatural forces, shaman energy, divination. I'm really good at all forms of divination, guys. They would say like a deity, which is like a god or a goddess type energy. Definitely a seer. An omen. There's all different ways of putting it. The thing that always made me a little nervous with being a seer is there's a few different types, but typically when you're a woman and you're a seer, it's like ancient wisdom. So you're getting your messages through ancient, how do they want to call it? Like ancient, I don't know what they would want to call it, but through sorcery, because they're really good with sorcery. through sorcery with a certain type of seer is, so for me, what I think, what I know, what I guess I need to adjust to is like a gift of prophecy, like a gift. So here's the thing, Ness. You're very welcome. How was it? How was it? You can't hear me. Okay. It's like a woman who predicts events or developments. Okay. The fact that I saw the silver wolf for me was it was more like telling me, hey, like it was just a future event. Okay. Depending on I keep looking at the wolf. Depending on who you're working with, what you're working with, however you want to word it, it's basically, it's a woman said to have the ability to foretell future events and perform sorcery. Now, I think the sorcery, because I'm not here conjuring up, spells and stuff, guys. The sorcery itself is through words that are spoken. Okay. It's like a magical seer, which is extremely intimidating because it's almost like the messages I deliver will come into fruition, if that makes sense. So it's not like things like, prophets, they can see this, they can see that, but so I even find this difficult to even talk about clearly, right? But depending on which type of energy you're working with, what type of gods you're working with, what era, what century, that type of stuff, is the type of messages being delivered. I think that came out backwards. See, I told you I'm no good at talking about myself. I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but when it comes to talking about myself, I'm like, how do I want to deliver these messages? Like Icelandic, like Norse. Folklore is like Vikings. That's why Freya came into this. At the end when we were talking about Aphrodite and stuff. So she was a little different. She went into trance-like states. That's sweet, Alice. She went into trance-like states, and then people would ask her things, and they would get their messages that way. I'm working with all three of them that I'm very aware of. When it comes to Egyptian goddesses and queens and Roman mythology, and Icelandic, like Viking era too. So it's a lot. But to see the silver wolf and not pick up on it then, because I was like, all right, so spiritually, definition of the silver wolf, right? So You on the phone? I can't find. I have no idea where it went. Why did it just go away? That makes 0 sense. But basically, in an event where wow, it's just gone. Very strange, guys. Okay, and it heightens the user's sensors, sometimes even to the extent of prophecy. So, and it's ironic because at the end of the video, I'm like, how am I even supposed to deal with this gift or work with this gift or certain things? But to have it so like blatantly just kind of like, here you going, like, here you go again. And I think it's more or less for me to be like, okay, again, Courtney, this is what we're doing again. We're doing this again. So every time you try to step out of it, we're just going to bring you right back into it. So I just am like, fine, let's just own it and see what happens. Not that I wasn't owning it before. I don't fucking know. Story of my fucking life. So I don't know where we're going to go with this, but it shall be interesting. It shall be interesting. I think for me, the thing that intimidates me is speaking it out loud. That's why I'm always like, well, Spirit saying like, nah, or like, well, Spirit says, or like, I don't know. That's just me being like, oh, I really don't want to like speak this into fruition, you know? So this should be interesting, to say the least. That looks amazing. I mean, that sounds amazing. Lasagna bread recipe off TikTok. That sounds wonderful. So, yeah, guys. So there's that. So, what can you guys do? What can you guys do? Fuck, man. Like, really? I feel like I just heard somebody say, I can peel an egg. Fuck. So, I guess I'm just gonna have to deal. I'm just gonna have to deal. Ooh, I like Rice Krispie treats. Well, apparently, supposedly, I can predict future events with just my own words. So that's not intimidating, right? Fuck. Apparently, I was equipped enough to do this. They chose me. Why? Why? Why'd you choose me? You know? So that's what we're working with. So we have an asteroid coming to Italy. Telling you. Oh, and then there's the other seer where it's like they see it in their sleep, in dreams. I'm like, well, that seems less complicated than a magical seer. And we talked about this months ago about where I struggle with making prophecies because I even said it months ago to you guys. Like, I just feel like me speaking them does something and it makes me nervous. So the more I like look into like certain stuff and like dead freaking message right in front of me of the silver wolf and hey, this is what we're gonna do again. It's just like, okay, all right, we're gonna do this. You know, through ancient religion and tongue and wisdom and magic, and which is bringing me to the Masons. So we shall see. We shall see. I just feel like it'd be so much easier just taking out the big wigs. Like I just working. So when you have like, when you take a spiritual route, you can go dark, you can go light. It's extremely tempting to choose the dark. And you feel like sometimes the dark is an easier path to choose because it's, everybody has that dark side. Everybody likes the power, the thrill, the success, the feeling of the dark side sometimes. And I think going the route of light is a lot harder to work with. In my bird's eye view. What the fuck that means, bird's eye view. Sometimes I'd just like to be like, okay, like, who do you want me to be and where and when, and let's do it. So I was well put in the position to choose. I didn't want to choose. So I think that's why I am where I am now, knowing that I can work with both. So, because I got no problem working with the dark. I tell you like I all the time. No problem. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'll do it. So, I wonder what type, I want to say like which, what pagan, whatever, you know. And I'm not the type that's going to sit here and conjure up spells or, you know, there's all different types of, you know, green witch, water witch, you name it. But if we're working with Egyptian I'm working with Egyptian goddesses and queens, and then we're working with ancient magic and religion, and which would be nice to bring back into the modern day world. You know, somebody who can read scriptures and things like that. Like I have a whole book on like learning how to read like the hieroglyphs and read certain scriptures, because there's something in those that needs to come back to life. That's obviously going to take time, but if it's meant for me to like decode and do stuff like that, I'm thinking it's going to be a lot easier than I'm aware of. But to be deep in the cosmos too, well, it's just because that's where they're at, right? So I guess it makes sense. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least. That's for sure. So I think for me, like when it comes to sorcery, it's just the word spoken. But I've always had that sense throughout the years that I've said to you guys, like, I just know it'd be so easy for me to conjure up spells, or it's just always been there. It's just not really a direction I went in. And then sure as shit, when I was pulled in this direction, to really get like heavily in the whole Egyptian era, sure as shit, that was the religion way before Christianity even came into play. So, but they learned how to work with the gods and certain stuff. So it's almost like, in a way, to bring back that ancient wisdom, that is no longer here in a modern day world, I think is probably how this is going to go down. So I think the sorcery part is like, no, I didn't know that. I think the sorcery part is just speaking it into fruition. That's why I say to you guys, we never know who we are or what we're supposed to do, or how, like, that's why I'm saying it can be like the average person, to take one person to change people's realities. And that's what we fucking need right now. So I need you all to like jump on the fucking bandwagon here, so I'm not the only one leading the chariot. Okay. I just don't want to be the only one. I just don't want to be the only one. And it's so crazy. If you go from day one to now and how like I transform in front of you guys, it's insane. And I think it was all meant to go down that way. Ironically enough, you know. I think so many people keep like stories, like this could be like a whole story from day 1 to 2. Like they keep things just like to themselves, and it's too personal to share, and blah blah blah. Like here I am, like, what else would you like to know? I mean, when it comes to like personal stuff, like there's some stuff I share and some stuff I always keep to myself. Like personal relationships, I tend to keep to myself. But when it comes to life lessons and certain stuff, I've always shared. Like, again, like a prophet, a teacher, someone who uses wisdom, you know? But I just know they want me to speak things into fruition, and that's freaking scary. And I feel like even telling you guys and you guys knowing something like that has got to be scary for you too. But they're okay with you knowing because it's who I am, right? But don't say that's just not like intimidating. Of course, it's not me making this stuff up and stuff like that. Like you see how I get like the messages. Sometimes I'm even like, the fuck is this shit? We had to just talk about all this and talk about that. And 3 hours later, we now have an asteroid hitting Italy. So yeah, it'd be so much easier if I dreamt it or, you know what I mean? But that's just not the way it is for me. So I'm just hoping that part gets easier. But I'm like, what the fuck? It's mind blowing to me to like bestow that on me. Like little me. Why me? Why? Right? Like this shit isn't in my head. It's a lot of this just not in people's head. Like it's just like, fuck, man. It's just a whole new world. It's been a whole new world for a while. Some people just have the gift of gab, I guess, guys. Like, I don't know what else to say, but it's very intimidating because it's like having a choice. Well, you can speak it, but there's a good chance what you're speaking is going to come into fruition. So that's a lot to absorb. It'd be one thing to deliver the message. I thought I was just going to be the messenger. We had this discussion, remember? I really thought I was just going to be the messenger. Well, apparently, I'm the messenger and the person that speaks shit into fruition. It's a lot. Which now actually might make sense on why it takes me 2 hours to talk something through. Because nailing it and getting it just right. I feel like that will become easier. But you know how many haters I could have? Not like I guess I care, but like imagine being that one person and it's like, well, if you know you can speak it into fruition, then why do you say it? It's kind of a dangerous job. And the fact that I even get to share it with you is shocking because I think you would want to keep something like that to yourself, right? I mean, I don't know. Most people, I think, would be like, yeah, I'm going to keep that to myself. And Courtney's like, all right, well, let's share it with the world. I mean, there's not too many of them. I know that. Like even these crystals in front of me, like not even like thinking about it. It's just it's all divination. I can read the shells. It's all divination. Tarot cards, divination. Scrying, divination. Palm reading, divination. Right? Yeah, I just gotta nail it. You know? I'll get there. I'll get there. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I asked for and I allowed where I'm at, like spiritually. I allowed them and I've shared stuff with them. Like, you know, if we need to share a vessel, we need to do this, we need to do that, like, do it. Like, you have my permission. Like, if this is like, if there's a bigger purpose and it can really come down to this and it's not just more Dane, like, do it. Like, I've given them a lot of permission to do it without necessarily messing with my DNA, you know? Um, but DNA is always switching. I know people like to say no, it doesn't. Your DNA is always switching. You know, I'm a feminine. I let a masculine eject in me. My DNA is getting fucked up. It's just like that. Okay. Um, it alters. It messes with your DNA. Um, but when I say like I go deep into spirituality, I don't even sometimes think like I can understand the depth of where I'm at and how passionate I am in regards to it. You know, so basically when I asked for it, it said just don't take away my mom duties and certain stuff, and let's do what we have to do. So I can't say that I didn't ask. I didn't ask per se. This is what I want to do, but I definitely let them have that. I'm thinking I probably came into this world where it was probably already part of destiny. It's just a matter of whether or not I saw fade out or not, you know. Destined to go down the way it's about to go down. And I kept my agreement because some of the stuff that I asked for and certain stuff that the average person would not fucking talk to spirit about or ask or certain stuff. Like it's not a thing. So I obviously came into this world as it was part of my soul contract as a given. So apparently I'm glad I went with it, you know? So I wouldn't even say I would consider myself, well, I can say would consider myself a pagan because I find it extremely easy to relate to that. But I still consider myself a Catholic because I was baptized and I'm just so there's a lot of things, right? But um I know in another lifetime, there's no question. I was kick ass at what I did. So I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, so apparently we're bringing that back. But I think the sorcery, like I said, is more through spoken words than conjuring up spells. And that's the magic, that's the ancient magic that we want back and that we need back. Let's bring it back where it's like, it was never like, it's kosher this day and age, but it was never back to like, okay, it was just never back to how it was before it was like given a rotten name. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So it's time. It's time it comes back. I wouldn't even call it a new religion. I would call it, well, I guess it would be considered a new religion. But how would it be considered a new religion if it's already existed? Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, does it? How would they consider it a new religion if it's a religion that already existed? I just know I'm here to bring certain stuff back to life. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring certain stuff back to life. So, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. No, that sounds awful. Well, we're still in that Mars, Pluto. We're still in all that energy now at Neptune. So it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly, guys. I'm good. I just jumped on YouTube again. I'll give you a call in a little while. It's just 36, 36. And in my head, I was talking about change. I'll explain in a minute. Spiritual meaning of 36, 36. Divine presence assist you. Let me get to mine. Thirty-six, 36 is a combination. It's a message of the Ascended Master to helping you manifest material items you need and able to live out your life divine purpose. Whatever that is needed will be presented in due course. So that was a random message because that had nothing to do with my thoughts and what I was going to discuss next. So again, that came out in a very random way. I also know that that has come out before in a very random way too, in another message. Okay. King of Cups, Five of Swords, the Empress, Six of Swords, and Temperance. So it almost looks like you could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I almost forgot the zodiacs, guys. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Energy here. Kind of like an unhappy energy. With the Five of Swords being here is narcissism, manipulation, arguments, mental confliction, not seeing something right. It's lower energy for sure. You have the Empress here. I don't know if you turned your back, they turned their back, someone turned their back. The Empress here is looking towards the Six of Swords, which is like, no. I'm not dealing with the Five of Swords. And then we have Temperance. So it's kind of stating that you're healing from something or trying to heal. Three little speckled frogs eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pond where it was nice and cool. Now there's no speckled frog. I don't know. So we have the King of Cups could be angry or trying to cause a fight or an argument or trying to manipulate a situation. So that might be a little bit of heads up. But I don't think, because this energy kind of looks angry. It's going right towards the Five of Swords, guys. So as you can see, the Empress's back is kind of turned, and is not associating herself with the Five of Swords. She's moving towards peace, happiness. What it wanted to say is that you're moving towards a new element. You could be going towards fire. You could be in earth right now, going towards fire. Passion, desire. It could be healing. Patience. So you have a feminine turning their back on something. If you haven't, you're about to. Tell me what this Temperance is. The Knight of Swords. King of Swords, sorry. But it's reversed. So it's almost like you taking the masculine energy that you source and detaching from a situation. So you could have an energy around you that's pretty upset that you're able to detach, or you are detaching. Tell me about the King of Cups. I want one more. Two of Pence, juggling. I don't know what they're juggling. The Nine of Wands reversed. Not fighting. With the Ten of Pence being at the bottom of the deck, you just have a masculine here that's not fighting for something, giving up. With the Ten of Pence here, there's something with money or finances. I don't really see this as anything as longevity. So arguing over finances with Judgment reversed, not liking the outcome. You have an energy that needs to walk away from something and stop fighting. But they're not. They're more angry with the judgment call that was made. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Queen of Wands. So again, with the Chariot, so it could be the same energy moving forward because you're looking this way, or it could be Aries, Leo, Sag, the Chariot, but that's like moving forward. So somebody found a new emperor, or you're about to find a new emperor and be extremely successful. Sorry, I just got done telling you I was learning hieroglyphics. I was trying to read. Sorry. This is like needing to put a halt to something in a way, moving forward. Yeah, see, this is success right here. This is justice for the Queen of Wands. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag. Got Libra here. Taurus. Could have a strong Venus. You're going towards a new emperor, or because this is success. So you're not the Empress. So you could have two people arguing about you. Jesus, didn't that come in during fucking weekend energy? Two people fighting about you. What the fuck? I don't know where you're at. I don't know about where they're at, but where you're at, you're moving forward. You're going towards a new energy, and you're going to be extremely successful. Or you have this energy coming towards you. Either way, it looks like it's going to be successful. Tell me about this Empress. Four of Cups. It's some type of offer. With the Ace of Swords reverse, lying about some type of lying and doing nothing about some type of situation. What they want. It's like wanting a new opportunity. Okay, so there's some type of lie here with an Empress energy. I don't know who it is for you or who she is. And it's like lying about wanting an opportunity, taking an opportunity, going after an opportunity. It's whatever it is shitty. Like right now is like doing nothing. Yeah, see the Wheel of Fortune's reversed. Like it's not gonna go in her favor. I don't know if this is your mother, somebody else's wife, kid's mother. Like it's not gonna go in her favor. I don't know if she's meditating or trying to figure out how to get something to go in her favor, but the wheel's reversed, so it's not gonna go in her favor. It could be arguing about a fire sign. It could be their own child, somebody in the family. It could be an outsider, or it's linked to money. But this is typically an energy that's emotional, following what their soul wants. What's up with this Empress energy? I don't know who she is for you guys, or if she's just an outside factor. But something's not going in her direction, and she's not too happy about it. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, separation, feeling lost, grieving, mourning, which is shocking because maybe she was lied to. Maybe the truth came out. All I know is that I think this is false, because with the Four of Swords and the wheel reversed, it's like something didn't go in her direction. So I don't know if this is crocodile tears. Because it's like, it's an opportunity she doesn't even want, but she's saying she wants it. I don't know if she's purposely trying to confuse another energy. An axe, see, break up, split up, silent treatment. Like the pattern's gotta fucking stop. So I don't know, guys. It's very I kept wanting to call out the Queen of Wands. Talking kept coming out, but I wasn't done with the Empress. What is this Ace of Swords? Watching, stalking, gaslighting. What is this Ace of Swords reversed? Because it's like something's not going. Yeah, see, not taking a risk, not showing their hand. Something is like not enough. Jealousy, sabotage. So I'm not quite sure what It's like a very jealous energy here, but is also lying about what they want, some type of opportunity, but it's just being pissy because something didn't go in her direction. Because tell me about the Six of Swords. The Fool. Yeah, somebody is like, I just heard Cascade. Somebody's just off on a new mission, like is just detaching from a situation. There's multiple energies detaching from a situation. Yeah, Five of Wands, competition, pettiness. Like there's multiple people detaching. You don't compete with somebody on a spiritual journey. You don't compete who's going to leave first. Like it's just there's something nonsense here. It's just nonsense. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. So either you're fighting with somebody or they're fighting about you, or this is a child. It's something. There's definitely fighting over money too. Queen of Cups, Emperor, Six of Swords. So I don't know if that's the Emperor or if this is children arguing with their parents. I feel like, again, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag. And it's like your back is turned towards this energy, but the Emperor is looking at you. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who's married or just got out of a divorce. I don't know if you do. It's like she detached from this energy and you detached from this energy. Multiple energy detached from a masculine energy. But it seems like it was probably the wisest thing you could have done or you're about to do because you're dealing with the Five of Swords. You're dealing with bullshit, ego, narcissism, control. You have an energy that's not even doing anything to go after what it is they even want. So something karmically is not going right between these two people. And then you have an exterior energy that, you know, I don't know if they're arguing about whether it's you or kids. Because if you're actually the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or just whatever energy, you're not looking at him here either. Like, so you definitely detached from that situation too. Yeah, because the Six of Swords and the Emperor type energy, again, look at Four of Swords doing nothing. But that's ego all day. That's control. It's everything I just explained with the Five of Swords. Tenfold is what I just got. So it's like playing games. Somebody here is definitely playing games. So if it's not you, then just see your way out of this freaking reading because there's no need to engage in this shit. What is the Five of Wands? Do yourself a favor and do not engage in this shit. You're dealing with an energy extremely detached. Many decisions, options, stringing along, one night stand. Yeah, see, this is somebody that's like, no. It's a no. My name is no. My number is no. Thank God you turned your back on a situation, because it's ugly all the way around. And somebody else could be looking at you as a mistress, or just somebody that's like seductive, because it's like the other woman, the Queen of Wands. But you would never be the other woman unless a man put you in the position for you to be another woman, but you would never stay and be the other woman. Does that make sense? So you got some shitty people around you. You have energy here definitely trying to manipulate a situation, looking at you as an option, trying to string you along, trying to act like, hey, you might even have somebody here that's like, hey, I'm walking a new path. I'm spiritual. Like I'm not shitting you with the Fool here and the Six of Swords. You literally might have someone being like, the universe is taking me on a new path. The spirit, like it, but it's like, it's so false. It's like somebody trying to win you over, someone's trying to pull you in through something spiritual. So be careful. They could be like, hey, an angel came to me and told me yada yada. But in all reality, that's false. You're dealing with a masculine energy here that's extremely detached and is lying. So if they like, no. There might be something about a vacation here too. I wouldn't go. Huh. What's the energy of this King of Swords reversed? This is someone very aloof, detached, heartless, cold, playing games. Ace of Cups, but they're in love. But they would never tell you they were in love. Or they need to tell somebody else they're in love, but they're not doing that either. But you also have Prince Charming here with the Five of Pentacles. So somebody might come in because they're lonely. So their lesson, they might need a lesson. Like this is like the boy who called wolf, or the girl who called wolf, trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes. But they're just lonely, and it's because this is like Prince Charming, like, I love you. The Golden Mirror, yeah, self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided relationship. Yeah, see, doesn't that sound terrific? Doesn't that really sound like Prince Charming now? Nope. It's one-sided. Be very careful here. There's trickery here. Unfortunately, someone's trying to guilt trip you or use spirituality as a trick. Lying about their religion or their family life or money. The Runner with the Fool, codependent relationship, listening to the ego. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really need to go much further here. It's pretty clear and self-explanatory. Watch out for this energy. And I think they're using your aura, because I keep getting, I need a doctor, call me a doctor to bring me back to life. So they want to feed. It's like an energy vampire. It could just be some type of entity. Regardless, guys, it's manipulation. So Even if it's like your girlfriend, she's fighting with her boyfriend. It's like he's in very manipulating energy. I would just like, no, thank you. It's just, it's the 3D world. People living in the Matrix. You know, clear it. Clear it. Clear it. No, thank you. I think I'd rather talk about the silver wolf than to even entertain shit like that. It's like so frustrating. I'm gonna do my best not even to get frustrated because it's not worth it. Whatever, you know, it's someone's head is up their ass. They don't even know how to find their elbow right now. Okay. So I just saw Jacks. What's that game with the ball and jacks? What's that game called? Is it called Jacks? Kids game. So you got somebody playing fucking kids games. Yeah. It's like I'm just telling you, this person can't even find their elbow. And now it's like, can they do two things at once? Can they grab the ball and then like, I mean, you guys, I don't fucking know. I don't even think this person could play jacks. If they have their head up their ass and they can't even find their elbow, how the fuck are they gonna play jacks? They don't got a shot fucking with you. Don't worry about it. Do I still have the crystal ball my dad gave me? Yeah. It's right there. So all right, y'all. Don't worry about that energy. Just know that energy is around, you know. And then yeah, 3 of Swords with the 7 of Cups reversed. It's almost like their own disappointment. I don't even know what to say. I just feel like it's just like, and I just feel like Spirit's like it's the least of your concern right now with whatever that is. I will tell you the energy this weekend was very intense for everybody. Sister, friends, family, camping, you name it. It's just the energy and where we're at. So you just gotta, ride it out. You don't need a companion to ride it out. You can ride the wave all by yourself. You don't need nobody to help you get on the fucking paddleboard or the surfboard or tell you what direction to go in. Like, no. You know how to ride your own right wave. So be careful, because I feel like you do have like an energy around that wants to tell you how to, sit on the fucking surfboard and which direction to go in. I ain't shitting you. So careful. And all I see is water once again with Neptune and Cancer and all that. Like, you want to go swimming, you want to go to the beach, or like emotional manipulation. So be careful, because there's a lot of trickery. Could even be sexual temptation. Could be somebody trying to like masturbate to your photos again and sexually call you in. Like, so you're not crazy. Just let it go. Leave it be. There's like ugly energy around these energies, guys. Like, I can see other energies around these energies. Like, you're not even just dealing with frickin' Frack per se. You're dealing with frickin' Frack that have a lot of karma going on, and there's entities around them. You know, it's like the aura will just scream other entities. I guess no point in even having a conversation with somebody when you know it's not even them. But be careful, because some of these people chose not to ascend, guys. They chose to stay stagnant. They chose not to hit the trigger and turn the fucking flip switch and turn the light on. They chose dark. It was more comfortable, right? So again, prime example of the matrix that we don't want to live in anymore. We don't need to be part of that. And there's so many people that feel the same way, believe it or not. You're destined to come into cahoots with them. Never mind this energy where you got people arguing about you or directions that you should go in and who you should be dating, or like, what the fuck is that? Like, oh, no thanks, I'm gonna walk my own path. Thank you. I'll ride this fucking wave out. Like, without you. I'm not looking back. I'm not waving. I'm not looking into the sunset to see where you're at. Just bye. For real, right now. I don't know what that was. But if you got other people talking about you, and you're an empath, I don't think you're really gonna like just no. The answer is no. It's just the same message I keep getting. The answer is no. No, this person is not better. No, this person is not speaking the truth. No, this person is not coming your way for the right reasons. No, this person is not owning what they need to do. No, no. And then you got somebody else that's like, well, you're giving her an opportunity, or giving him like you didn't do this for me, like emotional guilt tripping somebody, but they don't even want the fucking opportunity. They're lying about what the fuck they even want. That's the crazy thing. They're just keeping other people from going in other directions. And if that person still has that type of power or control over that other individual, so fucking be it. Let frickin' Frack play in the fucking playground all they want, guys. You want no part of the fucking playground. No, I don't want to come over and play jacks. No, I don't want to bounce a ball off of the floor to see how many things I can, like, no. Like that, I don't know if that's just saying like that's where somebody's mentality is right now, guys. No. Doesn't make him a bad person. It's just no. Ugh. Ugh. Fuck that shit. I know. I'm like, I can't believe I gotta go to work. I'm gonna work in the real world again. That's wrapping up real fucking soon. So no. Trust me, that song came to me. You're better off alone than to be in somebody's squabble, than to be in somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be in that, like, I just saw like a pig pen where they're throwing in vegetables. Like, I just saw another century, is what I just saw. So, no, you don't want to be part of that, whatever that is. Again, it's another round. Here we go again. I just got told there's another round of karma. So, here's another round of fucking karma. Fuck, man. It's going to be like that until people figure shit out. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. This is a heavy dose of karma. Whatever this is, it's heavy. So, worry about your own abundance, your own success, your own energy, what you want to research, study, look into, learn how to make ice cream, guys. I don't know. You can easily distract yourself with, finding a new hobby or taking up something new. Like it's like Get yourself out of the fucking matrix with somebody, because that is some bullshit. So just think, if you sleep with this person, how many entities you want attached to you? Because they have other entities around them, and then they have a very karmic situation. So you have all that energy entering your pure wherever you're at. So yeah, I mean, this isn't a joke. Like, you can probably see the other energy in this person's aura anyway. Never mind the entity, the other person's energy. Like, there's, you know what I mean? Like, you got no part of that. Do you want that? Not all energy stays with you like that, no. But this is energy projecting this and that. Like, it's just, you want no part of what I don't even need to tell you the full story there, because we all know that fucking story. It's a given. It's the past. It doesn't belong in the future. It doesn't belong here and now. It has no business even being on my board. But this is just spirit, like, listen, this is what's going on in the 3D. Like, all the more reason for you to find entertainment elsewhere, whether it's TV, whether it's Kindle, whether it's another person, whatever it is for you. Now's not the time for that. That energy, both of those energies have dark entities around them, and they got to deal with their own karma. That's not anything you want. Like, that's a heavy luggage. That's a heavy fucking suitcase. And none of that karma is yours. Mm-mm. Just be careful, because you would know what that is for you. If somebody really wants to work on things and they're apologetic and you kind of know what's going on, you're going to know. I don't think there'll be confusion. When somebody tries, they put in effort. It doesn't leave you with confusion if somebody's putting effort in, right? So you would know, like, because they just said, oh, came over last night and cuddled and talked. I don't know how to answer that for you, because did you sweep shit under the rug so you could just cuddle and talk because he's lonely, she's lonely? See what I'm saying? Something will come to light regardless of how it goes down. But if somebody's putting effort into something and they want to make something work, there's not going to be confusion. So you would know where you stand. That's energy where it's like, if you know where you stand, you stand on the other side of the fucking street in another fucking country. That's not your luggage to carry. That's not your weight to bear. So again, I've been in situations like that too. Does it serve me now because that's what I want? You know what I mean? And then in the long run, it didn't really serve me. It just prolonged. You know what I mean? So it's however it relates to you. But just because somebody came over and you didn't argue doesn't mean that something didn't get swept under the rug. Because if you brought up a conversation that needed to get brought up, did you think you would have that conversation? Has there been a conversation that's been on the board and on the table that needed to be had for a while and it just didn't get brought up because you were both serving your own needs? Like, if that's the case, then yeah, that's part of your shit story too that you want nothing to do with. That's entrapment. That's what that is. But if there's never been a conversation that was needed and effort didn't need to be put in, then you could be dealing with somebody new and dating somebody new, and that's not your story. But if a conversation was always necessary and needed to be on the board, but yet instead of having a conversation and addressing the elephant in the room and you just snuggled and cuddled, that's sweeping something under the rug. So you're basically just did yourself your own discernment. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference there. You're either one or the other. You're not the one in between. If you're dating somebody new and you're cuddling and doing that, great. Great. You deserve that. If this is somebody you know and something needed to be addressed, but it didn't get addressed because you were just in the mood to snuggle and cuddle, you basically swept something under the rug and that's going to catch up to you too. Not a bad thing. Like I said, there's a new wave. Everybody's wave comes in at a certain time. Everybody's, ding dong will go off. Everyone's doorbell will go off at a certain time. It's not consistent. So, I mean, I can put myself right back into a situation too and cuddle but where does that get me? Where does that get you in the long run? Does that answer your questions? Did it make you feel better? Did it benefit you? Did it benefit them? Then if so, great. If not, see your way out of it the best you can. Because that is not an energy I'd want around me. I wouldn't even go in and hang out with that energy, even if it suited me, because I was horny. I wouldn't even hang around that energy. And that's the truth. I'd much rather probably sleep with a stranger if I was that desperate or that horny. I wouldn't use the word desperate, like horny. I wouldn't even be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to take advantage of this and it suits me. You know what I mean? Been there plenty of times. Well, it suits me and I'm horny, so. But what I just saw, horny or not, I'd be like, you're fucking out of your mind. I'd be too worried about all those other energies lingering around my precious energy and then me fucking up my own energy because I didn't have self-control because I was freaking horny. Like, let's get out of the matrix. Gotta step out of the matrix. Because that's that's like, no. You can see that in the aura. You can see that through a text message. You can see, like, that's clear as day. You can't hide that type of karma, that type of entity, that type of darkness. It's written all over their words. It's written all over their face. It's written, they probably don't even look you dead in the fucking eye. You know? So whatever that goodbye is for you, if it's temporary, then I don't know. I just, there's been plenty of times where I know something like will work or I need to be this or the catalyst for this or but when I say goodbye, I don't ever say in my brain maybe in a couple months. I say like, yeah, maybe it can come back around, but I certainly wouldn't want it to come back around now. And I certainly don't hold on to the thought of it coming back around. Could it come back around in a few months or whenever it comes back around because the dynamics really shift and somebody wants to work with you on a one-on-one level of respect, then absolutely work on it. I got no problem being an advocate, working through your fucking past and working through, absolutely. But if it's the same lingering energy and it's like avoiding this, avoiding that, ego's coming first, like that's a no. That's more than a red flag. So you got to decipher the energy around you and the person you're dealing with yourself. Even that energy I just saw there, I'm telling you, it's to the point where even if I thought it served me for a night because I was on, whatever the case may be, like God honest fucking truth here, I still wouldn't tap into that energy. Nope. No, because it's like demonic energy wanting to cling to you. And then on top of the demonic energy wanting to cling to you, you have they have their karma with somebody else that is not being addressed properly. You wouldn't have saw all that. If it was being addressed properly, somebody would have addressed the elephant in the room and you wouldn't even have been on the board. You got two people, frickin' frack, still engaging and arguing and someone, well, if you go in this direction, where's that leave us? And emotional manipulation and all that other you. And things aren't going in her direction. So even if the truth came out about something, now you have her switching up what she's saying just because she doesn't want somebody else to go in that direction. I don't have time for somebody who can't put their foot down. And this is exactly how it's going to go. And that's it. Where's your loyalty lay? There's no in between. So they have the two of them have dark energy around them. And on top of that, karma. They're not seeing eye to eye. They're never going to see eye to eye. They went about it the hard way. Hey, it doesn't matter how you went about it. Everybody goes about something the way they're supposed to go about it. But to drag you into it is extremely disrespectful and unnecessary. And it's shitty. Because that energy is still attached to you. They still want to be attached to you. It's like somebody who never shuts the door. So if they don't shut the door when it comes to you, you think they're shutting the door when it comes to somebody else? Think about it. If they're constantly up your ass and, oh, do this, want to do that, like, blah, 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 like, if they don't shut the door to you when you say it's over, how many times you gotta say it's over and this person's still there? So think about it. Where are they at with this other person? Think about it. If they're not shutting the door with you, they're not shutting the door with them. It's free for all. It's like two different lives. Living two different lives. It makes them feel manly or secure. I don't know what it gives them, but it gives me that, that's what it gives me. It gives me that disgust look, like you feel that superior over somebody, like you feel like you have that type of pull. This wave's gonna sink them. So you don't need to throw anybody a fucking lifeline, is what I'm hearing. You got your own fucking lifeline to worry about. Worry about your own lifeline. I love you guys. I will see you either tomorrow or Wednesday.